nice in our
Feel real
posture.
well rested.
Yes, we had a good sleep last night.
Yeah.
In part thanks to, oh wait, this is a family show.
It's a family show.
It's a plant. It's a word.
Exactly. So we are bringing this to you live from Lagos, Nigeria.
Now that's service, guys.
Service. We ain't forget y'all.
Nope.
We ain't forget the most important people in our lives. The fans that frequent Tekeste and Jones.
Tekeste and Jones.
Yeah. So.
Or Tekeste Jones. Tekeste Jones. Tekeste Jones.
Yeah. Tacones.
Oh, I like that. All right, fellows Tacones, thank you for coming in and checking us out again over here on the YouTube. Welcome back, Tacones. No? Does it stick?
We might have to see it.
Okay.
All right. If that sticks, let me know. Let us know in the comments. All right. So we are here doing this because it's raining like crazy.
No.
now.
Don't tell them that. No, we're doing it because we didn't forget about you.
Because
and
we love y'all. But we had time to do it right now because it's raining.
It's a
Otherwise,
torrential.
we did it tonight.
It's a monsoon.
Yeah, it's
out
like
there.
It started maybe half an hour ago.
No, it's been a good hour or so. We were literally on our way to get a brunch situation at this cute little spot here in Victoria Island known as the Flower Shop Cafe, which when we get there, we will definitely share content with you. But in the interim, we are stuck in our Airbnb. So we figured, why not hang out with our Tacones? And
yes,
recap with our
Tacones.
The very first episode in the very first season of Love and Marriage DC. Take it away, sir.
Our very first review of Love and Marriage DC. Welcome to the Chocolate City. They call it more like vanilla wafer. It used to be Chocolate City, but I guess we're trying to bring it back. Chocolate City. Trying to bring Chocolate City back. So anyway, let's see. We can like introduce all the characters.
Yeah, let's do that.
Characters. Okay, so let's start with Monique. And you know who Monique is. Monique Samuels. She was on Rope, R-H-O-P.
Rope.
Was that Real Housewives of Potomac?
Of the Potomac.
Or as she calls it, that other show. That's what she says. She don't even acknowledge them, you know, when they put her on, you know, I don't know if they put her on the map, but they put her on because I didn't know who she was.
They definitely did. They built her up only to tear her down.
Okay, so that's how they do it.
When that situation went down, I was 100% Team Monique.
That's how they do it. So, well, Love and Marriage, I got duped into watching. I was just joking.
He did.
So
I sold it to him because it's in the DMV.
Yeah.
Right? That's the only reason. That was basically the same way I was able to sell him on Ready to Love.
Hey, we like doing local stuff, right?
Yeah, you know, it helps us too to get to know the area more. Because even though he's been living in the DMV for a while, it's definitely new to me. And also, it's constantly changing, right? So.
Yeah. So, yeah, we got Monique.
Right, and her hubby.
Chris Samuels is a ex-football player, NFL football that is, so, or footballer as they call it over here in Nigeria.
And serious investor, which is why he's retired and still living that good money.
Yeah, he's one of the few sports players who's smart with their money.
Very smart.
And we know.
Yeah.
And he is priding himself on being that smart, good man. He don't have like no scandals, no babies showing up at the door, no IG thoughts,
no IRS situations, liens and what have you. He seems to stay on top of his stuff. He seems to really be about his family, so which is really, really refreshing. Him and Monique have 3 children. And if you're in the DMV and you didn't know this, she recently actually joined the morning show at
she's on
the radio
93
station?
No, she's on WKYS is it 93.9 FM or 95? 93.9.
It was something like WPGC, I think.
Oh, oops.
My
That's
bad.
93.9 WPGC.
Yeah.
Everybody there knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So she's
WGPC,
also-
I can't remember the numbers, but it's 90 something.
So we'll definitely be tuning in. I'll be tuning in to her radio show also because I want to hear if she spills any tea on the show as it's now started to air.
Yeah, I actually just caught. I don't really listen to the radio like that, but we caught that. We caught her segment. We was on our way to the airport.
Did we?
I know it was in the morning. It was on the way.
I think we were on our way to run errands. Yeah.
Okay, so my mind is mush because long flights.
It's been a busy week.
Yeah, crazy. So the next woman we have is Ashley, and she's married to DJ Quicksilver. I really know who he is because I've heard him on the radio when I used to listen to the radio. Yeah, he's a big, heavy hitter DJ in the DMV. Yeah, so his wife's name is Ashley. And I didn't know, I didn't even think about it, but yeah, he's married. Who knew? Who knew he's married, and who knew, as the DJ he is, that he's making a nice living, a nice income, like he's on a really good income level. And I knew, because I used to be a DJ, and that's what I wanted to do. I just wanted to live off of that and live good and comfortably. He's doing it. So I like that about him. Ashley, what did you think about Ashley? You got anything to add for Ashley?
No, just all of the couples are married, which I really enjoy. It's Huntsville edition, same thing. It's a great way to show, to kind of give people an inside look at what, people who have been married for a long period of time, and Black people who've been married for a long period of time.
Black couples, Black love.
Yeah, Black love, what that's like, having a family. Even people who are entertainers or former athletes can still have a wonderful, beautiful family at home and can be people that enjoy a family life. It doesn't always have to be about being out in the streets. Listen, family life is a very good life, okay? For the youth out there, yes, go out and have your fun, but there's beauty in building something with someone. And some of these couples have been married over 20 years.
Yeah.
Imagine what you can build together, not just a family, but empires and wealth, generational wealth, and just decades of memories.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So next we go to Arana. She is married to another heavy hitter in DC who is a club promoter, Jamie. I can't remember what his last name is.
I didn't catch it. I don't think either.
Yeah.
But apparently, if you know where to go in the DMV, it's one of his parties. That's kind of how they sold it to us.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He is,
I'm new to the area.
Yeah, I've seen some of his promotions.
I was all about that everyday people life in New York City. You know what I'm talking
She's
about.
gonna get to know the DC area.
Everyday people.
But we still go to
we do.
Brooklyn to party.
To turn up.
But anyway, Arana. Now, Arana already, Monique, Arana. Yeah, Arana. Guess we'll go back. And then we got Winter.
Oh, she's the one with the shaved head.
She has a shaved head. Now, she is the heel, or she is that one they threw in there to
stir the pot.
Yeah, because she ain't married, right?
Well, she's in an estranged marriage.
Yeah.
This is her second marriage, apparently.
Second marriage.
And
Another
it's
football
estranged.
player, right? She was married to 2 NFLers.
I don't know, actually. I think we're going to know more about her over the coming weeks.
Yeah. Well, her husband right now is like 60. She's like 30 something. But apparently he is still out there moving, shaking, and popping. She told all her business on day one. Like, she told us everything about her. Like, she went in the depths of mine.
Right. She left her first marriage because of infidelity, and her second marriage now is sort of estranged because apparently her current husband has stopped speaking to her.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll get more from that in the coming weeks.
Yeah, they all hang out in these circles. I mean,
Yeah.
they got the DC money, Black money circles. So Show's gonna be pretty interesting.
Hit the Cash App if you want us to join that circle.
Hit the Cash App.
Hit the Cash App. Hit the PayPal, in the words of Dr.
Hit the
Umar
Venmo.
Johnson. If you want to see us in that circle, that's right. Hit the Cash App. Hit the Cash App. Hit the Cash App.
Gifts.
And then you can see us join that group of people. If we want to join that circle.
Donations. Donations.
But it's all love, Dr. Umar. It's all love.
Yeah, he's a great man. So going back to Monique from that other show, she's like the star of the show. It seems like.
Yeah.
She's
the only one with any experience in the reality TV space.
Yeah.
So she's the OG.
She is the OG, and so only thing they really say is that her and Chris are having emotional miscommunications or lack thereof emotions. Her emotional connection is falling off from her husband because he doesn't get emotional. I mean, he's really practical. He just, from being a man, he's providing the money, the living, the lifestyle, and he thinks and he's father, he thinks his job is done, but women get what they say they want, I always want more. There's okay, I got this, I want this rich guy, I wanted this nice house, I wanted all this stuff. Something's missing. I think in general, just, people are never satisfied with, it's like you could say everything you want and get that, and then there's always gonna be something missing. So that's what it's about. I mean, but whether he makes corrections to show his love for her because she's wanting more from him in the terms of emotional security. She's don't seem like she's heard. Ooh, that's a big one. That is huge. When women don't feel like they heard, man, it's coming to an end. All they got to do is tell you 3 times. You don't want to get to that 3rd time because the 3rd time is just to let you know that they are already set to go. Like you get one last time, but not really, because the 3rd time is like, I already got a new apartment set up, or I got a new house that I just signed the lease to. Yeah. Don't let it get to the 3rd time, fellas.
Oh my.
You gotta hear these ladies.
Ishé is dropping some gems, I think. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
What say you, fellas?
You got to.
Let us know.
Yeah.
Do you appreciate what he's saying?
Even if you could do everything around the house. You could not cheat. You can be so faithful. You can make so much money. You can provide this, provide that, make them happy that way. But if they feeling the emotional connection is lost or moving mad. Some women I think can go along with it for a minute, but the mind is always gonna be wondering. So yeah, and if it's 4th time, you lucky. If it's a 5th time, she's probably gonna be taking applications if you still don't listen to her. All right, let's go.
Wait, can I play devil's advocate for a moment?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna play the devil's advocate and actually say, I'm gonna do a flip-flop here and actually say that, maybe Monique has to also find support elsewhere. Right, I can't speak for what's happening exactly in their relationship, but there is something to be said for different love languages. And if Chris's love language is he's a provider, protector, he's not out in the streets creating children with other women outside of his marriage, right? And he's offered you a lifestyle which you have told us is phenomenal. You own 5 homes. The home that you live in Potomac is $5 million. You don't have any financial worries, 3 kids, you can hire all the help that you need in the form of assistants, nannies, you're able to take holidays whenever. It allows Monique now to pursue her actual interest because Chris can be retired and is spending a lot of time at home with the kids because, again, he's not financially pressed. So he can be there with the kids, and Monique is out now doing things for herself. We see her starting her essential oils line. She has her podcast. She's on this radio show. Now she's got a new TV show. So because of the hard work that Chris has put in and the commitment that he has put in, she gets to now live truly her best life. She's had 3 kids, but she can be in the workforce because they have resources. She can be in the workforce in a way that she's pursuing her goals and her dreams, not out of necessity, right? Yeah. So there is something to be said for the fact that Chris has made a way for that to happen, right? Chris has made that. And so even I've had to sort of step back and ask myself, well, what more can I ask from my partner? You know, my partner does provide, you know, the bulk of the security in our lives. So how much more can I ask? He shows up every day, you know, he keeps a roof over our heads. And because of him, I'm actually in a position where I'm able to pursue a new career path now and fully devote myself into wellness. Now, whatever my earning potential is, we don't know, but you know, it's certainly in the initial stages of that. And the point is, I have that freedom to do that because of my partner. So what more can I ask? I can also find outlets to express myself through various people, whether they be friends or cousins. Do you know what I mean? So it's like a therapist even. So I guess what I'm saying is, when the ego is insatiable, at some point you have to check the ego, because the ego will never stop. You get your first Oscar, you're going to want a Tony. You get your first Tony, you're going to want a Grammy. You get your Grammy, you want your Emmy. It will never be satisfied. You make $1 million, you're going to want to hit 10. You make 10 million, you're going to want to hit 100 million, right? And then after that, you're going to want to be a billionaire. Let's be honest, that's just the way that the mind works. And if you don't check your mind, it will lead you to mental illness, because you'll want to overconsume and overacquire, and it's just a never-ending process. At some point, you have to rein it in and say, we're good. Like, what I have is what I have is great. Let me work with this, because what I have is great. It's a solid foundation. Those two, for instance, have 10 plus years together, right?
She seemed like she's ready to, like, I don't care. When I want to go, kind of. She seemed like she's in that moment. I don't know if she reevaluate. Yeah, she is reevaluating their relationship or their marriage, it seems like. But you know, they're both self-sufficient. Like, if they move either way, they're gonna be good. But she's really gonna be good. She can have everything. So, but yeah, I mean, she could find emotional support from her other friends, from her, you know, friends and family. She just wants something from him. So that's gonna be a balance. He's gonna have to figure that out.
Yeah, because I'm not saying that he can't make some moves towards improving, but also understand that not everyone has the same capabilities. Physically, we don't have the same capabilities, right? Like, I can't do the splits. I can't bring my leg over my shoulder. That's just the reality. He would like it if I could, but I can't. The point is, family show. I'm just messing him up. But what I'm saying is, is that not everyone has the same capabilities, right? That's not to say that people don't have a great deal of potential, and you should always go towards your potential. But there is going to be a point where, you know, that's going to be it for you. So can Chris make some changes? Sure. But is he ever going to be able to meet her emotionally the way that her being a woman, first of all, you know, and them having just different DNA makeups, different upbringings, different whatever. He always tells me, you can't expect me to respond to something the way that you would. And that really hit home for me, because we are in fact two different people.
Yeah. And
I just think that we have to give a little bit more grace and compassion to our partners, and remember that, just because I would do something a particular way doesn't mean that he would. Just because Monique can communicate effectively emotionally doesn't mean Chris can't. Doesn't mean that he can't work on it.
Yeah.
But it also doesn't mean that you should expect him to ever get to your level in that regard. He went on to make it into the NFL. Monique would have never made it into the NFL, right? So just different capabilities.
He's got perseverance. And I say that in a non-abrasive way. Like, I'm just saying, like, expectations do a lot to mess your mind up.
Yeah.
So if you expect somebody to react the way you would, or, you know, to give what you give. I mean, everybody gives in their own different ways. So if you looking for a response or a reaction that you would give if it was to you, you're gonna end up making pain for yourself because you got to deal with reality. That's not reality to expect everybody to feel the same or act the same as you were, because we all grew up differently. We all went through different things. We all respond and react differently to the same things, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, she could reevaluate it and say that, you know, like, I can't expect him to be emotional. He was never emotional when I met him. Now I'm expecting it after 10 years. That's not fair. It's not fair for him.
Yeah, he did seem caught off guard, like.
Yeah, like you want, what do you want from me? You want all this from me now? Like,
right.
I'm used to knocking heads off on the football field.
Right.
And now I got to get deep into my soul and express
Soft and
myself.
mushy, when he probably didn't even come from a place. I mean, I don't want to speak on his upbringing, but you know, a lot of people that make it in the NFL have come from very trying backgrounds and managed to sort of managed to somehow catapult themselves from almost having nothing to massive, you know, riches and fame and all the rest of that through a great deal of hard work. So again, not knowing what his background was, but I didn't get the sense that he came from an affluent family or anything like that. You know,
that rarely happens unless it's football players'
offspring, right? Yeah, exactly.
That doesn't really happen. It's weird, you know. It's just life. It's just the irony of life. Like, your father was a pro ball player, but the sons don't have any talent, or they might have it, but they've been comfortable all their life. Like, what motivation do they have to really make it?
Right.
Like, it's
true.
Cool. It's cool to get in there.
They want to live off of.
Yeah, but
what the family already.
Yeah, I mean, adversity is the thing that pushes people to propel. So the more comfortable the kids are, I mean, it's good luck, and they just have to be born with that dream. Like, if they out every day, every morning, practicing, but it is what it is. I mean,
you know, but as a football player, you're trained to be tough. As an athlete, period, you're trained to be tough.
Yeah.
Because it's a hard game. There's a lot of rejection. Not to mention, it's aggressive. It's an aggressive sport. So for him to be all cuddly and soft and all that, I don't know. I mean,
it's hard.
It might be.
I don't think she picked that one to do that.
Right.
And I mean, is she being unrealistic or unreasonable? I don't know, because we don't know. We don't have all the facts, but we just, from what we saw on the first episode and from what we know about her on Real Housewives of Potomac, that seems to be the case, because he wasn't really worried about none of that stuff. She would talk to him, he gives a little advice. I didn't see him like really, it's gonna be okay. He didn't do none of that. And she as well, she's had some adversity issues.
Yeah, because then we could, you know, and again, we're going to move on from this, but I want to flip the script for a second. You know, it's like saying, okay, well, Monique, have you contributed as much money as Chris has to create this lifestyle? You know, because if you're going to ask him to be everything, then you also need to, if we're going to be playing that game, right, where it's like, if Chris, it's not enough what Chris has done already, then let's say he's, throughout his career, he made 20, 30 million. I don't know what he made. We could probably ask your son. Like, he knows every stat about everything and everyone. But let's say he made somewhere between 20 and 30 million. So then if he's brought that to the home, to your, you know, to your family, then we could also say, if everything has to be 50-50 and if everyone has to do all things and wear all hats, now's your turn to now also bring in another 20, 30 million.
Yeah, I mean, what if he just wanted to do nothing for the rest of y'all years? You got to step it up. And I think she can.
She's young. She can, yeah.
So, all right. So let's go to Ashley and Quicksilver. Quicksilver. His last name is Silva.
I didn't know. I always thought it was Quicksilver.
You know how we do. We got to put a spin on, you know, my name is Silva. Quicksilver. No, Silva.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
But
always a play on words. Always.
Foreigner.
I get impressed so much by American, is it colloquialism? I think the way that Americans have flipped the script on English, period, and all of like the banter and slang, yeah, you know, it's just so creative and innovative, and I love all of it. Honestly, I'm here for it.
I used to be deadly against the Urban Dictionary. I was like, that's stupid. Who needs that? And then it's like some stuff I don't know. I'm like, let me little head. What are the kids saying today? Oh, that's what that means. Okay. So now I got to use it in a sense that like I got to find out what's going on with the young folks.
Well, Auntie's advice stays on top of her.
Oh yeah.
Youthful language.
She's like 10 years older than me, and she's like probably more on it. I am. Let's see, DJ Quicksilver and Ashley, they seem like they got a good family. Now stuff is coming out about them, like just in the first episode, where like I guess they had some infidelity issues, and then because one did it, the other one did it.
Tit for tat.
Yeah, you cheated, so I'm gonna cheat back. So do you feel better, really? But I mean, that happens. It just happens. So they got that going on. They got he's out all the time. He's a DJ. He's in different cities. He's in different programs. He's in the studio. He's like produces. He does all kinds of stuff. And she's like, I feel like I'm a single mother. I'm married, but I'm still a single mom. So we got that issue because he's a DJ, he's into music. I don't know how his investments is going, but he got to work. Like his money is his time.
Right.
So he can't just sit back and do nothing for a couple of weeks or a month.
It's not like Chris. It appears that Chris is in a space where his money is working for him.
Yeah.
At least that's what they've kind of, that's what they've projected and alluded to in the past, is that Chris is able to be at home because his money's working for him. Silva is not yet there.
Yeah, they got a nice lifestyle.
It's tough.
He's in a good, he's in a status is good, but for him, like that's the conundrum. That's the irony too. You have the perfect job, your dream job. This is what you like doing. Like you could do it for free. You would do it without pay, DJing, right? That's a fun gig. Like who doesn't love DJing, making the crowd react with the music you play, controlling the crowd. Like you know how to take them off the floor, you know how to bring them back on the floor.
You know how to make it drop it down.
Yeah, you can control them with the bass drop. So yeah, I mean, who doesn't like that? And then even if he could stay home, why would he want to if he's on the road? Now he could do more online DJing. He could do like D Nice. He could do like that. He could try to get, it's a whole bunch of ways he could do it. He seems like a pretty what's that word? A resourceful guy. So he has to make a decision. His wife, we don't know if she's getting tired or if she might be looking for the next money train. They got 3 kids, so that'd be tragic. Can't keep moving kids from here to there. So, with different people, they got this guy and then this guy. It's terrible. So I hope they work it out. If you got kids in it, hopefully you can work it out where there's kids involved. Let's see, Arana and Jamie. Arana, is that the firecracker or was it Ashley? Because one of these women, they don't play.
Which one did you think was, what made you classify one as a firecracker?
Arana's the older one, right?
Oh yes, they're the older couple. They've been married for like
26 years.
6 years, so yeah, so they're older.
So, okay, yeah. She's annoyed already with Ashley, Quicksilver's wife, because Ashley is trying to give her some game on keeping it spicy in the bedroom, making the marriage last. But wait a minute, didn't y'all have infidelity issues? Y'all ain't been married 20, y'all ain't made 15, y'all ain't made 18. We 26 years in the game. Like, what are you trying to teach me? Ashley was trying to teach her some stuff, like, oh, you need to do it like this. When you wake up, you need to be like this.
Oh, yeah.
And his face, you need to be standing up over his bed, like Like, you don't think I did that in 26 years?
Right.
And
you don't think I've spent time on my knees in 26 years?
26 years, come on. Like, and they got 3 together, and then he has one before her. So, yeah, and one of the kids are really young, except for there's one in between. He's like in his 20s. He's blind.
Oh, I think he's 21. Yeah.
Yeah, he's 21, yeah. And then they have Jamie Jr., who's like 24.
Yeah, I think he's like 24, 25.
Yeah, he doesn't live at home, but the other 3 live at home.
Yeah.
The mother lives with them, which is cool. You know, got the mom in there helping out. So, yeah, Arana can do anything she wants, and I know she know how to keep it spicy. Especially, she ain't got to get up and make breakfast. Mom is there. She ain't got to do, Mom is helping out in the house. And she's like a little daughter. Mom, when's that food ready? Mom is like,
I want to live that life.
Hey, we will. One of our moms or both of them are coming.
That's right.
They come and stay.
We can get rum cake, red velvet cake, injera, lasagna, also known as lasagna.
So let's see, the mother lives there. Jamie, he's a successful club promoter. He seems like yeah, we could be around the same age. He's like an old school DC dude. Tough love. Him and his son are on the outs. Well, their relationship is strained. We don't know why, really. Well, we do know why. But they went through that on the first episode, and so the thing with this episode was really, it was Jamie and Arana celebrating their 26 years of marriage, and they was having this big party in DC, and she wanted all the family to be there. So she wants Jamie Jr., little Jamie, to be there, but him and his dad are on the outs. They haven't spoken like 6 or 7 months, and that was the thing. So we were seeing like how their relationship was, and the big thing was, is he gonna show up? Is he gonna show up? Because the father's like, he don't show up to our anniversary party, we done. Like, it's over, because he got no respect for us if he don't show up when he invited. So the son actually shows up to the party, and they clear the air. And I think it was because, when kids get older, they want to test, they want to, they smell themselves, they want to, they think they the ish, they want to, test out the parents. And I guess he was living, life as a precarious DC youth, and hanging out with the wrong crowd, and his dad's old school DC trying to tell him, you're gonna end up dead, you can end up out here bad. And I guess he was smoking a lot of happy smoke, and yeah, so the dad, he wasn't listening to his father, he didn't want to hear his advice, he didn't want to hear him. And I guess he figured it out, like, my dad's trying to help me. Now, this is the thing, like, all these kids that come from these affluent families be trying to be in the streets. And then you got a parent.
Don't do that.
Yeah, you got a parent. No, nobody's.
White kids, Asian kids, like, why?
Unless, I don't know, this generation is weird. Everybody's they're thinking that, like, promoting that the ghetto life is something
It's
bad.
drill music.
Yeah.
It's drill music. They're trying to live to drill music, to the lifestyle of.
Yeah, I mean, when you really come from that, you're not highlighting that. Like, it's just a thing that entertainers do because it sells, because people want to see that dark side of things without being there. They wanted you to bring it to their TV screen, but we don't need to go in there. So, yeah, it was the same way. Like, my parents, well, my dad, he's from, we got stories. And I'm not like that because, he, and my mom, my parents, I ain't come from an affluent family, but, well, we we had our time, you know. We was there for a minute, but we got out of it. So anyway, the thing is these kids who come from opportunities are always messing up, wanting to be hard, wanting to be out there, gangster, whatever. And then they learn the hard way. Now Jamie is lucky at 26. I mean, he could still, you know, he's still young. He could be trying to be out there in the streets until his 40s. So we hope that he wakes up. And so his dad was trying to keep him from that life, from you know, you really perpetrating. So so they made up, and that was about it with this episode.
Mm-hmm.
The next episode seemed like, you know, all the clips seemed like, okay, I got to see what's going on there, you know.
It's picking up a little bit of steam.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, you know, like I said, it was a pretty good start to this new show. Again, highlighting Black families who are doing well and who are unified and are together and are creating empires, generational wealth, as well as families. I guess I would have personally liked a little bit more diversity in the cast in terms of what they do for work. Like, you have an athlete and 2 people in the entertainment industry, whereas Huntsville, the original prototype for this show, you have 3 people that were all in like construction, you have a lawyer, a nurse, but all of them were in real estate. So I shouldn't have said construction, but all of them were in real estate. So some of them are builders. A few of the cast members on Huntsville are builders, but others are, like I said, doctors, lawyers, nurses. And so I would have liked to have seen a little bit more of that, those kinds of professionals, but maybe they'll come.
Yeah.
They'll come later on.
Yeah, for our people, like, you know, I want to see like computer programmers,
yeah,
you know, coding,
scientists, not purchase scientists,
yeah,
not prostitutes,
no,
but real scientists,
not street scientists.
No, forget street science. I'm talking about the scientists that put together data that we know is questionable to meet the needs of whomever is paying you.
Yeah, more business owners. No, somebody owns a Fortune 500.
Business owners.
You know,
exactly.
There's a lot of defense contractors who have big money. You know, but mostly this is all entertainers. So
I'm sure it's a lot of accountants too that are CPAs.
Yeah,
you know?
CPAs and.
So I would have liked to have seen a little bit more diversity, but it is what it is. We'll work with this cast. Who knows what the show will evolve over time, how it will evolve. But there are plenty of Black people who are affluent and are not in entertainment and sports.
Yeah, want to get that out the way.
Matter of fact, we're going to be seeing some of them at this wedding that we go to, because I know that there are doctors, scientists at this wedding that we're going to.
There's real big money.
Right.
And they're Black.
And they're Black. And incidentally, that's actually why we're here in Nigeria. It's for this big upcoming wedding in Abuja.
Oh, yeah.
Which, will we be sharing some content with the people? Mm-hmm. Stay posted.
Most definitely. But any last words about love and marriage in DC? What do you think? What do you have your expectations?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was saying I know expectations. See, in this kind of thing, expectations are okay because it doesn't affect your family life or your love life. But go ahead.
I'm going to try and work on having fewer expectations in general, though, because expectations get me into trouble. Family, relationships, shows.
Well,
let's
not kill your dream. I ain't saying
like, not kill, but
no,
you know, just
it's
hold
good
space.
to have expectations so we know kind of our roadmap. But
it's
you
good
know,
to
don't lay everything.
Don't get rigid. Yeah.
Yeah, don't lay all these expectations out,
right.
And just because
I want to hold space for some magic to happen. However, in terms of my wish list, I'll say that I would really love to just see them thriving. Obviously, I know there's going to be drama. I don't want to be watching this show in 3 or 4 years' time and any of these couples have broken up, because we know about the reality TV curse. So I would say, you know, protect your families. Don't get caught up in the fact that you're on a show now, and let what's important fall away, because the show can come and go. Your family is your family. All these people have put a great deal of time into each other, and outside of that, if they're you know, unless there was something dangerous that would, you know, a need for them to leave the relationship, my hope is that they continue to thrive and we continue to witness them thriving for seasons to come. But overall, I'm excited for this show. And the first episode, you know, it's a little bit awkward when you first start out with a new show, and it's people that you've not met before. So I'm going to give it a 6, just because I don't know these people. I don't know if I'm going to like them or not, if I'm being honest, outside of Monique and Chris, who we've already been exposed to. And so, yeah, a 6 out of 10 for this first episode, and I'm hopeful. What say you?
Out of 10, I don't know. It was okay so far. I'm just happy there's more husbands. That's gonna, I get to, feel like, okay, I'm watching a show that I can relate to. I can relate to.
Because you're a family man.
Yeah, and then there's, there's more men in this reality show, and they have a say.
Right.
They have some, we're gonna see how they interact with their wives, and so.
And even with each other when there's problems that arise in their relationships. These are all things that.
I want to see the guys together and what their dynamic is. So, I don't know. I give it a 6, maybe 7. So far, first episode. I don't have expectations at all for this reality show, but I'm ready to watch just because it's in the area. So, with that being said, that's it for our review of Love and Marriage DC. And stay tuned for the next one. We're gonna try to get some more reviews as well as the travel videos out to you guys. So yeah, with that being said, thanks, and
get free and stay free.
Stay decent, folks.